Cookie friends, it's Karen. Hello, hello. We are going to make some royal icing transfers for cookie class. It's coming up. And I figured I would go ahead and stream here on YouTube, my Custom Cookies by Karen Facebook group page, and our Christmasville class. So let me know where you are coming in from. I'm going to check and see if I can get comments up. So again, I'm streaming a bunch of different places through StreamYard. I'm just trying to make sure that it is starting. So welcome, welcome. We are going to make royal icing transfers. I'm also going to model how to make the icing for the transfers. A bunch of people have asked, so I want to make sure we do that. Oh, good morning, KLM123. I don't know who that is, but welcome, welcome. Are you on Facebook or YouTube? Oh, I see us live right now. Okay, great. Oh, you must be on YouTube. Fantastic. So again, I'm streaming through StreamYard. So we're just trying to figure out the best way to do it. So thank you for being here. We're going to make royal icing transfers using this sheet, which is from the Christmasville class. And I think you can stream, you can see at the bottom of the stream, it should show you how to get to class if you're interested in joining. We are going to make the royal icing transfers for the Christmasville class today. I'm going to, yay, good morning, Amelia. I'm going to model how to make the royal icing consistency that works for royal icing transfers. This is what works for me, so you may find something different that works for you. And that is what we're going to do. So TikTok, you got a notification here. Yay! Awesome. We have Angie and Amelia and KLM. So KLM, what's your TikTok name? What's your TikTok name? It looks different on here. So I have us up on, I'm just checking to make sure. I'm going to go to my Facebook group and I'm going to look there too. Let's see what we're doing on Facebook. Anyway, I'm streaming in 3 different places today. Normally for class, I will just be streaming through the class since people are paying for it. But for this part, I thought it would be fun to go ahead and stream it on YouTube too. So if you're interested in joining, you can. All right, let's find it. We are going to do Christmasville class. Where are you? Let me look it up. And then we will get started right away. Christmasville class. Come on, come on, come on. We're looking. There we are. Oh, Duluhickeys. I'm on the wrong account. It won't let me in that way. So silly. Jenny Benny, I see you. Awesome. I am literally just pulling up. I have literally 3 cameras going so I can find us. I'm looking for the Christmasville class so that I can find it. Actually, I'll go to my Custom Cookies by Karen class or my Custom Cookies by Karen page and see if we're live there. That is it. I'm just going to do that for us. And we're going to, yep, it says I'm live on the Facebook page. I think I'm live on the page too, but this is actually just my regular. Oh, hello, cookie friends. Okay, let's do it. So for royal icing transfers, I like to use a consistency that's kind of in between our normal glob and ribbon, which if you're on YouTube, you can go check that out. I don't remember the girl's name, the cookier's name. However, I want to say it's Kim something. She came up with glob and ribbon consistency, which I really like. I think glob and ribbon is a great way of explaining the consistency. So go to YouTube and check out glob and ribbon royal icing, and you'll be able to find a really good video on glob and ribbon. So I'm going to model it here. It's not my invention or anything like that. So I just liked it as a kind of a way to explain the consistencies instead of 15-second, 20-second, those kinds of things. So that is what we're going to do. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't want to create an ad. What you doing? I think the color that we need is going to be green. And I have a little bit of green here with me. Let me grab it from the back. I'm going to use the Emerald by Sugar Art. These are the new Sugar Art gels. I don't know if anybody has had them, but they are really awesome. These are Sugar Art gels, just like the powders that they have. However, super pigmented, which is great, but you don't have to mix them, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to use Emerald, and I'm just going to, well, let me show you first. This is the consistency fresh out of my mixer usually. This is about my writing consistency. So it's a DQ curl that really holds its shape, and that's a little bit too stiff for me for the Royal Icing transfer. So we're going to get it a tiny bit looser by adding a little bit of water. So I'm going to add one squirt of the Emerald. This is going to be really dark because it is super, super pigmented. Let me just see if I can find this. There's always a delay, which is also really fun when you're streaming. So this is, again, about writing consistency for me. I call that a DQ curl. And you could use this. However, I know if it's a little bit too stiff, then what happens is we get little peaks in our icing. I don't really want to have to poke those all out today. So I'm going to take this a tad bit thinner. So this is really nice for people like a writing consistency. It's actually pretty close to what I like for Royal Icing transfers. You can see that DQ curl holding its shape. I'm going to take it down just one little bit in terms of thickness, and I'm going to add a squirt of water. Just a little bit of water. And hopefully that will do it for us. That's looking good. So it still has a DQ curl. It's much looser. Do you see that? It's not really holding its shape too much. That's a good, I think that's a really good consistency for what we need. You're going to find as you play around with Royal Icing transfers, what you like might be different than what I like, and that's okay. You will figure out that, oh, if I'm going to be doing a lot of like line work, you might want it a little bit thicker. But if you're going to be doing things like this, which are little Royal Icing transfer ornaments, I don't want to have to fiddle with those too much. So we're going to take it a little bit thinner than our normal writing consistency, a little bit thinner than DQ curl. Let's bag that guy up, and we're ready to start. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Hi, Harry and Andy. This is Emerald by Sugar Art. So it's the new gels, which I really do like. I'm liking those new gels. Love the pigments in them. So that's a good, a great color for what we need. We're using kind of bright colors for this set. Obviously, this is a kind of whimsical set. Partnered up with rbcreationshop.com. That's Bobby at rbcreationshop.com. He is doing our cookie cutters. So you would order class from me and then order the cookie cutters right from Bobby, and you get a discount code. So make sure you register for class before you get those cutters. All right, we are set to do some transfers. Let's do it. By the way, do you like my cute little bakery background for my greens? I thought it was kind of cute. Let me show you the cookies that we're doing. These are cookies for cookie class. So these are cookies, again, that came from rbcreationshop.com. Is it cutting in and out for others? Oh, is it, Angie? It's a little, it can be a little wonky times. Again, I am streaming. I do have a bunch of browsers open, so it could be that too. Let me know. But the lighting, though, I'm impressed with. I think that light looks really good today. What do you think about the lighting? And then let me know about the voice too. I'm just kind of watching it on Facebook and on YouTube. That might be Facebook too. But anyway, good. So this is what we're making for class. Little whimsical set. And a lot of these little pieces are actually little Royal Icing transfers. So we're going to be making these cute little transfers today. And in class, you actually get a Royal Icing transfer sheet that comes in the workbook. And let me show you what those look like. In class, you already know this is what the sheets look like. And you just pick which ones you want to do. I chosen a bunch of different ones. Again, you pick what works for you. I've done just different shapes and things that you can kind of pick. Yay. All right, let me know how the sound is. I know for some people it was going in and out. Let me know, and then we are going to go ahead and get started. Again, you can type comments. I believe if you are on Facebook, you have to give permission for StreamYard for me to see your name. But I think I put that in the notes for yourself. So let me know how it's going. All right, let's make transfers. First thing I like to do is I like to take our Royal Icing transfer sheets that come with class, and I put them in these 9 by 12 food safe bags. You could use parchment paper, but I find that to be kind of sometimes the transfers get wavy on the back just because of the porousness of the parchment paper. So I prefer using these, and these are in my Amazon storefront. I don't know how to link that here, but they are 9 by 12 food safe bags. They're going to come up as t-shirt bags, but they actually are just a cellophane bag that is also meant for food. So you can find these on Amazon, and I just stick my sheet in there, and then that is what we do. For this particular class, I gave you 2 different sheets, lots of different choices. You really only need 1 star, maybe 10 or 15 ornaments, 1 candy sign, 1 door. Again, more ornaments if you want. You only need 1 of these. You would need some toy sign that you want to put on top of the toy store cookie. So I gave you plenty for you to choose from. And then again, 1 door, 2 of these little banister type of things or pillars, and then the larger Royal Icing transfer ornaments for this tree. So this tree has small ones, and this has the large ones. So hopefully that helps. You're welcome, friends. All right, well, let's get started. So we found our consistency, which is kind of a little bit thinner than our writing consistency. And now we're going to go ahead and start. I think I'm going to start with this sheet. Hopefully I didn't move me out of the way. And it's going to be a little hard for you guys because there's probably a little bit of a glare. But obviously I want to use these for class, so I don't want to do it on my paper today. All right, who is going to tell me which one to do first? So somebody tell me in our message or in our little chat box which toy I should do. Tell me which toy I should do. That way I can make sure people can comment. I'm looking to see if I see any more comments on this guy. Anybody else? Who wants to tell me which one to do? Again, I know there's a bit of a delay. Let me know. Let me know. Oh, I see drum. Oh, it's cutting out for you too? Thank you, Facebook user. I'm not sure who that was. People are saying a drum. That's the first one I saw. Oh, it's me. I'm the problem. Or me. You know that. It's me sometimes. All right, let me make sure. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to take it off of my phone on YouTube because I think that will help with the Wi-Fi situation. All right, so let's do our cute little drum. I'm not going to do the drum sticks. I think it's easier to add little details like that once the cookie has, the transfer has been placed on the cookie. So for instance, here's a drum that I made earlier, and that I could use and then put it on the or on the cookie and then add my little drumstick once it's done. Hopefully that makes sense. But let's do the drum. So we're going to be using yellow. We're going to be using red, like an orangish. I think I'm just going to do yellow, and then I think I'll do white for the top. No, I think I'll do yellow. Yellow will be cute. Right, let's go. So I'm just literally cutting a tiny tip off. And just like you'd be decorating on a cookie, except you're decorating it on this piece of paper. What I like to do is I like to do different sections at one time. So here is the yellow part of the drum. I don't mind that the yellow and the blue kind of are going to meld together. I'm going to do those 2 parts at the same time, or kind of a wet on wet. I'm going to outline the blue at the same time I did the yellow, and that's going to be okay. If I wanted it to look like two separate pieces, then I would want to wait and do that blue after the yellow has crusted. I think for this drum, I think we're going to be just fine with it like that. Shall I bring you guys closer in? Yay, Kimberly, fun. I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. And I am just using my scribe tool to push that icing. I want it to go. How's that? How was that for you? Pretty good? I know the glare can be kind of, can be kind of yucky. I'm going to go on my phone and get into Facebook. See if I can see it through there. Let's see. There we are. Yay. All right, I see you now, Josh. Now I see you. You're saying I'm the problem. I couldn't tell that it was you. You're supposed to be at work, sir. Okay, drum it is. And I don't necessarily want the top of the drum and the bottom of the drum to look like one piece. So I'm going to wait for this to crust over, and I will come back and I will do the bottom section of the drum. So we're going to let one part crust over before we do the second. And that pretty much holds true for a lot of our transfers. So let's pick another one while we're waiting. I'm going to go ahead and do some of these larger ornaments because those have two parts, just a little black top and then the colors. And I'm, again, okay if those kind of meld together. So I'm going to do those at the same time. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to take my royal icing, my royal icing. I'm just going to do a bunch of the little toppers, and I'm not making them look perfect because when you put them on the cookie, they're just going to be literally a little black holder. So you don't need to go crazy. I'm just kind of making a little black holder. I'm not even really following the detail there. So you do what works for you. I'm not feeling the need to make them too particular for this particular cookie. Okay, and then I'm going to look at my cookie that I know I'm going to make, and it looks like I need all of the colors: red, yellow, blue, purple, and none of the green. So we're going to do 2 of each color. And for these, everyone always asks, how do we not get that little tip at the end or at the top of our icing? And I'm going to show you what works for me. So what I do is I just squeeze, 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 and I'm kind of agitating it as I go. And I'm filling the circle. And then when I feel like it's pretty close, I'm just going to kind of pull it off gently. And if I need to, I would just go back with my scribe tool and kind of pull that little tip. If you pull it off to the side, sometimes that can particular one. If your icing is on the thicker side, you're definitely going to need to manipulate it a little bit more. But this icing is looking great. And again, I'm not really making a circle and then filling it in. I'm actually just agitating it to kind of form a blob. And then when it's pretty darn full, I just pull it off. There's a little bit of a tip. I just touch it down with the scribe tool. That is how we do the ornaments. Let's go ahead and do, again, 2 of each color. Here's the pretty electric yellow. Oh, those look good. I like to stay right within the line that I've given you. And that's because sometimes your icing may, spread a tad bit. And that way you're going to make sure it's not getting too big for your design. Hi, Sabrina. So let's do purple. And just take that little tip off, push it to the side if maybe. Oh my goodness, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. My apologies. Let's try that again. So darn cute if you could see. I'm gonna have to have my friends text me and be like, Karen, you're off screen, friend. Who's totally ready? Oh, can we play music? Oh no, we can't. The Lewihickeys. Hopefully you are playing Christmas music at home. How's that? You all can play music. I can't because of copyright stuff. Okay, let's do two blue. And I am saving these for class, hence the reason I'm doing them nicely today. Class is December 10th, but I definitely wanted to show our class participants how to make the royal icing transfers. And then also, I needed to practice streaming anyway. And I'm streaming to 3 different locations right now, so hopefully it will show up everywhere. If you've already signed up for class, you already have the template for this. And if you are interested, you can go right to the bottom. I think there's a little banner that is scrolling, and you can sign up there at my website. So we have red, we have yellow, we have purple, we have blue. Oh, we need pink. And then that is it for the ornaments. We're just going to do those 5 colors. If you look at the other sheet in class, if you have already registered for class, here is the smaller ornaments. Those are going to go on this tree. So you do need both. If your icing is on the thicker side, this pink seems a little bit thicker, which happens sometimes. You just may have to get in there with your scribe tool and push it a little bit more and be able to get it to settle. And if it isn't settling, I always tell my in-person cookie class participants, just keep adding more icing. I know it kind of seems like it wouldn't work, but it works, friends. It really does. It works. And let's try this guy. You can see right here, that's a little bit thicker. No biggie biggie, just kind of shimmy and shake it until it settles. Oh, those look beautiful. Okay, now that we've done the ornaments, we can actually go back and we can finish up that drum. Remember, we wanted the top to look like a separate piece from the bottom, so we are waiting, but now it has crusted over enough. Hi, Jamie. How are you? I am going to turn it, though, because of my ornaments, so I'm going to actually turn it upside down so that I don't touch my ornaments, because I tend to do that. Sometimes I do. And I think for the drum, this is what I would do. I would probably do the whole thing in yellow and then go back in and pipe the pink, the red on top. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to do the whole thing in yellow like that. I'm not going to fill it too much because I'm going to be adding those little triangle pieces or what have you to the drum. So I'm going to kind of just underfill a little bit, and then I will add the triangle pieces. And then for the triangle pieces, I think I'd probably just go in like so and kind of draw them on like that, and then fill like that, like an upside down crown, basically. And then fill with my royal icing. And then to get it to settle, I would get in there and just wiggle jiggle it till it settles. All right, I'm going to turn it around so we can check it out. Oh, very cute looking drum. Love it. Can you see that nicely? Can you see that drum? I think that looks cute. Okay, so we have our drum. Now let's move on to, I'm going to make one of these because I really like this little guy. I think he's so stinking cute. And I think I made one up here, but he broke because he's been sitting out here for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to make one of those again. I think that's adorable personally. Yay, Jamie, I'm so glad. So for a piece like this where we've got all the icing kind of sitting on top of another color, what we're going to do is we're going to do alternating colors. So we're not going to do two pieces that are touching each other. We're going to do alternating ones. So I would start with the purple, skip the blue. You can do the green and do the red. So let's start with the purple. And we're going to just squeeze our purple on there. Again, with to get it to settle. I did the blue right now, it would meld right into the purple, and I do not want that. So I'm gonna instead do the green. Cut off a little tip. And do our green. Make sure your scroll or your scribe tool is clean so that you don't get purple on your green. And then we're gonna skip the yellow and we're gonna do the little red one. And then we'll come back and you will see how cute that will look, like basically 5 separate colors or 5 separate parts to that toy. We want it to look like little separate rings. Little ring. Super cute. Oh, hi, Lori. I've just been live for, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Not too far, not too long. It's so funny because I cannot see comments. I can see comments on my, uh, where am I? I can see comments in my StreamYard where I'm streaming, but I don't necessarily know where you guys are talking from. And I think, I'm not sure. I think I might be on YouTube, but I can't tell. Hi, Sherry. So if I'm not seeing your comment, it's because I don't, there's a third group. It's either my Facebook group or my Facebook page that I'm not seeing it from. So apologies if I don't see your comments. All right, so we've done a couple of toys. We'll come back and finish. Let's pick a window. So this is the window for this toy store. So for this guy, I think I want to do, I'm going to try one of the rectangles today. I haven't done a rectangle window yet. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, and don't do this while you're moving your things around. You really should start at the top and work your way to the bottom. I did not. So do you see how this little guy got ruined because I touched it? Just scrape it off. Another really good reason to do Royal Icing transfers. You are not having to ruin a cookie. You're just ruining that little bit of icing. We're going to try that again, and I'm going to try my best not to touch it. So let's do our little black hook and our yellow ornament. There we go. Oh, YouTube. Okay, Lori, thank you. So I'm on YouTube on my computer, I guess. Or I'm at least seeing your comments on there, so that's good. Bobby, we were just talking about you and your cute little cookie cutters. Okay, ornaments are good. I'm not touching those until I do, and that's what happens. All right, let's do a window, and then we're going to come and do one of these doors because we do need one of these doors for class. So for the window, I'm okay with the window pane and the window or the window glass pane and the border to kind of all be one piece. So I'm going to do that all at one time. I'm going to flood it with white, and then I'm going to, no, let's outline it first. I'm going to outline it with the black, and then we'll come back in and flood it with the white, and then we'll add the little crossbars to it. You're on Facebook. Okay, Sherry. So I'm actually seeing you. Bobby, are you here on Facebook? Oh, Lori, I'm not on TikTok today just because I wanted to come here and do this. I can't stream. I can't stream to TikTok when I'm streaming to other places, and I wanted to try it on streaming through YouTube, plus Facebook, plus our class group, just trying to see how it works. So that's why I'm not on TikTok this morning. I think I told you all last night on TikTok that I was going to do this. So hopefully no one was waiting on TikTok. you don't follow us on TikTok, Cookie Talk is a very big deal on TikTok. Well, we think so. So join us. Join us. Okay, so I outlined the window. Now I'm going to go back in and flood that window. And remember, we are using thicker icing than our typical outline and flood. So you may, again, have to get in there and really manipulate it. It's okay. No biggie. I think it's better to have a thicker icing personally or a transfer because number one, transfers, if they are too thin, they're going to break. And what's the point of being prepped for class if things are going to break? And if it's too thin, it also doesn't hold its shape. So two really important reasons for making sure that that icing is on the thicker side, especially for transfers. Again, that's just my opinion, but that's what works for me. So I'm going to now do the little crossbar thingamajigger bobbers. And you could pick a different color if you want. Obviously, I did not apply solid pressure there, so it broke. So I'm going to see if I can connect it without it looking too bumpy for me. And if I can, I'm going to keep it. And if I don't like it, I will either do another one or I will scrape that one off and do it there. Or I could just skip over and do that guy. Ace book, yay! Okay, I'm not happy with that one. I think this black tends to be a little bit thicker than what I need, so I'm going to scrape that off. Again, much easier than scraping it off on a cookie. Grab another bag. I'm going to use different icing. So again, sometimes I can try like a writing consistency icing. It's just too thick for this today. I'm going to go back to the black we had made earlier with for royal icing transfers. I'm going to cut that bag. And we're going to try again. Let's do it. Okay, so outline. Much easier to use. Then we're going to flood. Make sure you have lots of towels near you because you're going to need them. And get in there and manipulate that icing. Use your tool to get into the corners. That helps. There we go. And then we'll do the little crossbars in the middle. Well, let's do it. And you'll see how much easier this is than that thicker icing that I was using. There we go. Perfection. Cute little window that we can add to this cookie during class. Okay, those are done. Window. Okay, let's go back to our cute little, a ring toy. Now that that purple and the green and the red have crusted over, I can go ahead and do the other parts. And one way to test is just to kind of touch it with your ring finger, and if it isn't sticky to you, it has crusted over. It really doesn't take very long, just a few minutes, I think. Yay, everybody. So nice to see you. Let me know if you're here because I don't see comments everywhere, or I'm not watching everything. So let me know that you're here. I'm going to go back in and just do the blue. Now, one thing you want to make sure when you're doing transfers is that the icing that you're placing has to be touching the other pieces of icing or it will just chip off. So you have to really make sure that everything is connected for a transfer. So everything has to be connected or the pieces are not going to stick together, obviously. And sometimes you can't really tell, and that's kinda hard, with transfers. You have to really look very carefully and make sure that everything's connected. So I'm gonna turn this just so I can make sure. Yep, that looks good. Be sure it's cleaned off. Hi, Jamie. And let's make sure. Okay, cute, cute, cute. So now we have 2 toys to choose from. I think I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do the Santa, this little guy too, because he does come in quite a few sections, and I wanna make sure everybody knows how to do this guy, just in case you want to do that. So for the bear, I'm gonna be thinking about which parts I want to do at different times. So I think for this guy, I'm gonna go ahead and do his brown face first, and then we'll go on from there. So I have 2 shades of brown, so we're gonna use the darker brown for his adorable little face. Close enough for you guys? Can you see okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and just do his face, and basically that just means covering the whole thing with that brown icing. So I'm gonna cover the whole face with brown icing. If you want to see what you're doing, you can also slide your royal icing sheet up so that you can kind of see what you're doing. Let me show you. You can take your royal icing sheet like this, move it up to see what you're doing, and then move it back. I already have a guide right over here, so I can kind of see what I'm doing anyway, but you can do it that way. Now, if I did the white part of his hat next, it's gonna meld together. We do not want that. But I could do the red part of this hat because that is not touching anything else. So let's go ahead and do the red part of his hat. And I'm just kind of outlining flooding as I go. Oftentimes with little sections like this, you're kind of just outlining and flooding Oh, Dillahickeys. Dillahickeys, friends, it's coming. I think you guys are seeing just this now. Oh, crazy. It thinks I have a green screen, so I apologize. Sorry, friends, it looks a little funky. You tell me that you can see at least this now, even though it looks like it's a green screen. Let me know, let me know. Oh, no, no audio. Can you hear me? Can you let me know. Let me know if you can see this. Black I'm back on YouTube. Woohoo! At least just this part, right? Even though it's looking like a green screen behind me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, come back. I'm going to stream again. So I'm gonna stop this stream, and I will come back and start a new stream, okay? So I am gonna stop this stream, and I will come back and do a new one. Thanks, friends. I'll be back in a bit.